Kipling Williams' Poetry of Horror.
A family's dark secrets can remain when money hides the truth. There is a truth more sinister than the house of dark shadows. There are domains that conceal unspeakable evil, burial grounds inaccessible to the public, even law enforcement's eye. There are locked rooms within corridors where things exist that are hushed and whispered. There are things that are buried that would be fascinating to those who love the macabre, while appalling to an ordinary spirit. In one such mansion was one such monster that was chained in a darkened cell of the family cellar for 100 years. It was the family secret. For the monster lived 100 years, far longer than the family expected. The family did not know what this offspring was, only he was a human, born too hideous, too grotesque to be allowed in the light. One rumor in public discourse would ruin the image of the family. They believed if they kept this spawn in dark shadows, without light and love, it would die, and they would secretly bury him and make no record or mention of him. But not only did it survive, it enormously grew, a creature drowning in the family's contempt, gradually swelling out of proportion. Only the mice could hear the scraping of the metallic pans as food and water was brought daily. He grunted and growled, for he was never taught language or manners or anything good at all. Only the servants contacted him as they fetched wine from the cellar. The family relished in the forgetting of him, and after the stashing away of this monster, the monster's mother bore 4 handsome children, and they became the darlings of the family. But the day it reached 100 years, this spawn that grew into a beast with all his strength broke free his chains, bolted through the cellar, and charged up the stairs, crashed and shattered the cellar door. As the massive beast shook the floorboards of the house, he confronted the servants and ripped them apart, ending the lives of those who mocked and beat and whipped him. He then quieted himself and listened for the other occupants of the house, heard the scurrying of feet of exactly 4 descendants, like the original children of his century-past oppressors. They came to the scene and screamed at the bloody carnage. The new generations were told nothing of this monster who suffered 100 years in the cellar. They were shocked and horrified at the sight of him. The monster, filled with rage, was swift at his exacting of pain and death. His massive strength and size and speed made a bloody mess. Monsters aren't born. They are created. The dark and unspeakable things that are incubated in unloving conditions will grow in revenge. For no one loved him, did not give him a name, this disfigured thing. He could have been kind, but the cruelty mounted each year, servants delighting in the abuse and torture, making his skin each year thicker, his mind more twisted and colder. His mother, barren and desperate for a firstborn to heir the family throne, stole into the night to visit a witch and begged to make her fertile. The witch obliged, then secretly cursed her that the offspring would be both an abomination and immortal. And now the family is no more, and the monster is escaped and free, a predator of all human beings, innocent victims because of the ones who were brutal, conniving, and unforgiving.